This is September. Oh, I don't even know what month we're in. Oh, October 2nd. I traded this the day before, October 1st, on a Thursday. Um, Ticker symbol AEL. Um, Looking at the 1 minute chart, I'm explaining how I traded it. Really was a fucking messy trade. I'm over the PDT rule now. Um, Market open. I wanted to short it right here, but the internet was really acting up. I didn't really know my risk. I was trying to judge my risk off of the highest point of pre-market. It would have been, you know, 20, 36.25 with a $34.70 risk around there. Um, I was really trying to judge my risk, but from the looks of it, it looked like it was just gonna fail. Look at the past history. You see complete failure. So I was taking a risk there. Um, so yeah, that's what I was going based off of, and I knew it was gonna fail, but the internet was just not fucking working. I don't know what was going on. It's like as if it was purposely not working, just so I wouldn't trade. So it failed, came crashing down. I was looking at it at first. I tried to go long on it because, and I learned something new or relearned something I need to apply. But it crashed, and then I tried to go long, so it had came down to here at the lowest point of this candlestick, which is 30.31. So I tried to long it from here, but for some reason I didn't get in, and I tried to long it from here, and it came down, hit my risk. I lost $30, and then I kept trying to long it, and it wouldn't work. I mean, I won't say it wouldn't work, but I wasn't getting it. And then I'm like, okay, let me short it. I kept going back and forth, left and right, shorting, longing. Couldn't make my decision. So I had to pull back and think about it. What strategy do I need to use on this stock? And I went back to the yearly chart. I said, okay, the chart's telling me it's going to come down. So why am I going long? And I couldn't understand why. I just wanted a profit. I wanted to take advantage. Here we go. The internet's not working. Um, I wanted to take advantage um, of this trade. I didn't want to sit on the sidelines for this one. I mean, I saw the opportunity. I saw that I could profit. So I'm like, okay, the overall trend is going down, but at some point, this stock has to bounce. It has to bounce. So I shorted on this bounce right here. It went up. I shorted here, and I had already was already down like 70 or $80, or maybe $90. So that was like 3 day trades already. Not three trades that I did, but like my risk is $30 per trade. So I already lost $90. That's three risks. So that's 3 day trades to me in my head because I'm like, okay, I only have less than 12 left, and I shorted here, tried it again. It came down, but this time I kind of, I don't gonna lie to you, I revenge traded, and instead of going 200 shares like I was doing every single time, I went 500 shares, more than double, and I shorted right here. It came down, and I shorted here. I think it was because I saw that it was like not pushing up anymore, and I did 500 shares, and it came down. It came down, or I think no, it was right here. I shorted right here, 500 shares. It came down. I was up like $250 plus the extra $100 that I lost. I made, so I was up like $350. I bounced, and I had two chances to get out right here and right here, and I didn't get out because I wanted more. I got greedy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm like, okay, it's not 12 o'clock yet. I mean, it's not 11 o'clock yet. I can hold on for longer, but I do need to get out. And as closer we got to the 11 o'clock, it started pushing up, and I was just like, "Fuck, that's my fault." It gave me the first chance. I'm like, "Get out, get out, get out." We're not at, but I'm like, "We're not at 11 o'clock yet. I'm gonna keep holding." Then it pushed up and gave me a second chance, and it went even lower by a penny or two. Still didn't get out. That's my fault. And then pushed up, and it gave me a third chance. If I stayed in, it would have gave me a third chance. But you don't want to risk off of multiple chances. But I had exited right here, and I only made $10. So out of the $90 that I lost, I made back all that money plus an extra $10. So I was up $10 on a day. And then I started to learn something at 11 o'clock. It's just like what I learned when I was first learning how to trade. 11 o'clock is a time where it would bounce. So you have to play by those statistics. Not only do you have to play by the statistics of the strategy of, like, let's say you're trading a first red day, there's certain statistics, there's certain ways it moves, but you also have to play by the timing, the statistics on time. If you know that the first 30 minutes of the market is choppy and tricky, you need to understand that and possibly not play it. But then you need to understand, okay, 11 o'clock is the time that it can bounce, but sometimes it does it a little bit early, sometimes it does it a little bit later. In this case, it did it slightly later because 11 o'clock came. It had, like, before 11 o'clock, it did it a little early. Before 11 o'clock, it did a minor bounce, came back down. And then it did at 11:40 a later bounce. And this was a pretty big bounce right here. But that's something you need to understand. And then, like, around 12 o'clock is where people take their lunch. So around here, people were just chilling. It's not really moving anywhere. And then at 2 o'clock, the market starts to go up, but people started going up a little earlier. Sometimes it goes early, sometimes it goes later, sometimes it goes its direction exactly at the time. 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever. But I used that and I applied that to my trading. I was like, damn, I didn't realize how much I wasn't. Because at first I was anticipating that it was just going to go in the direction that I wanted it to, or I thought it would. And that's the wrong mindset of just thinking that it's going to go whichever way you think it is. You got to use the statistics of the strategy and the timing. And it's probably way more than what I'm thinking now or saying now. But, you know, right here, I shorted thinking it was going to go down some more. But I'm like, no, it's time for a bounce. But I'm going to short just 30. There's just 100 shares with a $30 risk. And watch it go down. And that bit bounced on me. And instead of me getting out at my risk, I just held. I don't know why I did that. That was a dumb mistake. And I knew I was gonna add up here, but I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck you're doing? You're down 100. You're down $100 now." And it was just such a stupid mistake, stupid stubbornness, and I was down literally $100, and it came up. I think it was like $130 or so, and then I shorted an extra 300 shares here, and it pushed up a little bit. I was down almost $200 at this point. I started pushing up a little bit here, and then it came crashing down, and I covered at like 30.41 or something like that for a gain of all my money back plus that I lost from it squeezing up on me, plus another $178. So I came up on top this week, $37. But in total, I made for this trade after this trade, $175 or $78. But it came down and I covered, and I'm like, you know what? I am done with the stock. Really, I'm done with myself because I am making stupid mistakes. And I'm not using the timing, the statistics, all that. I'm not using it. And I'm like, I realized that's what them boys do. That's what Gritani do. When I'm watching his live trades or his whatever he's or his DVD, his webinars, all that. That's what he's doing. and then my alarm is about to ring to wake up and go take a jog. I woke up a little bit earlier than I was supposed to, but then the stock just started uptrending even more, and I'm like, I'm done with this. Like, it's a clear uptrend to the upside. You can short the bounces and shit, but I was just at the point where I was like, I made so many mistakes that I don't feel like I'm going to continue trading this well. I'm going to take a step back, allow it to do its thing for the rest of the day, and I'm done. So that's how I traded. It's the next morning now, and I am just watching to see what it's going to do. And look for opportunity. I'm trading live now. I'm over the PDT, and I can't afford to fuck up. I can't afford to fail. Also, I wanted to add something. I don't know if you can hear my alarm going off in the background. It's time for me to take my morning walk. But I wrote this down. I heard, I think it was Les Brown or someone, or Jim Rohn, or maybe Tony Robbins. But he said, if you read, um, if you read, I think he said if you read one book, 1 hour a day is equivalent to reading for 10 hours a day, for 10 hours a month. It's like reading a book. I applied that to trading. I said watching 10 hours of stock market videos. It's like reading one book a month. And I said, and I gave myself some instructions. Read 2 books a month, which is 20 hours of studying. But I realized that if I do at least 10 hours a month, I'll progress. But there's niggas out here doing 5 hours a day. So if I can just push myself and step it up, I'll progress even faster. But I ain't gonna lie to you, this year I haven't been studying as much. Well, lately I haven't been studying as much, but earlier this year I was studying a lot, and like towards like I'll say March, April, May, I started to slow down, and then very towards the very end of this year, now up until October, I really stopped studying. The reason being, beginning of the year I just was studying heavily, especially last year as well, end of last year, and then I got too focused into doing Uber, doing ship, doing all these delivery gigs to get the money to be out of the PDT rule, and I just haven't had as much time to studying as I wanted to, and starting March I started doing all the gigs, and I eventually stopped studying as much, and then I became overwhelmed from life and not studying, not being successful in the market yet, just all the working, all the hard work I was doing, and I kind of like decided not to study as much and really focus on myself. But now that I'm over the PDT rule, I'm gonna get back into studying. But I realize I need to study more. But that's just some information for me so that I can take this thing more seriously. Thank you.